Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode we made our way into the home of the vampires. And it's just been nothing but frustration. Because vampires... I just can't deal with them. They take so much effort and so much energy and so many resources in order to kill them, and I just realized we're still wearing the starting gear. I mean, he's got drakeskin gloves, but that's it. We have no other gear, no other weaponry. Our spells are basic. We started as a level 1 party, and we're dealing with vampires. They're all the way over there. We have to find some keys or something that allow us to get to other places. Somehow. They've got to be in one of these rooms. Oh, I forgot about the waiting trick. And now I gotta reload again because vampires. Right at the start. I just started. Alright. This time, let's try the waiting trick. Alright, now... That did not help as much as I'd like. Well, the good news is we're still alive. And there's a potion there that... Oh, I forgot about that. What is here? I don't even know what's here. Reloading again. On the plus side, the waiting trick will give us a chance. Oh, summons. I'm fine with summons. There. We used up a decent amount of energy, but we did it. And we have cloaks, something which we actually need. And also an energy potion, which is desperately needed. And Doom Moon 2, which is just a book that doesn't matter. There's a large spell tome here. Most likely has to do with necromancy, but you could read it if you like. Read it. The book contains dangerous knowledge of the manipulation of shades, the non-corporeal undead. It describes their makeup, how to summon them, and how to dispel them. Members of your party who know Summon Shade or Repel Spirit now know it at a much higher level. Repel Spirit level 3. You know what? I'll take that. Quintessence. A little girl. Repel Spirit. You know what? Grab that. That will be very useful. Repel Spirit again. Yes. In fact, maybe I should give this to our other party members now that I think about it. Repel Spirit again. Repel Spirit again. I don't care about Echo's Assault or the Forsaken. Alright, so we have 5 Repel Spirit Scrolls. No, it's Control, damn it. I keep forgetting that. Give 2 to Fox, 2 to Sheik, and 1 to Draco. There. Okay. And that's all we found in there. We got something useful, at least. Problem is, we're still kind of stuck at a dead end. We've got this door here that's open, but we can't get through the magic barrier. killed the guy who was up there. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. Now, there's 3 vampires in there. Dealt with that. There's 2 vampires in there. 3 vampires in there. And 2 vampires in here. That one has a name, so maybe it has use. Let me reload. Let me save, actually. Alright. Waiting trick? You enter this room and see a pair of vampires playing cards at a table and one standing at a bar. They appear to be in a state of partial torpor. Is this what vampires do when they're exhausted? They glance at you sluggishly as you enter the room, but otherwise pay you no heed. Vampires, like humans, must have downtimes when they just don't want to fight humans. Oh. Okay then, I'll take that. So these vampires don't care. You know what? Fine, I'll take it. There's you, in this stuffy passage you can see exactly what Kurojutsu plans to do to you. Hopefully you will fare better than these poor sods did. Weapons! Armor! Yes! Finally! I don't care about the greatsword, but I'll take it. Iron arrows and ash bow. I don't care about the tunic. Another cloak. Dispel barrier, yes! Drakeskin sandals, a steel dagger. Fine leather armor, iron short sword, sandals. I think you may need pants. Okay! Actual gear that we need! Yes! Actual gear that is actually useful. Does anyone else need sandals? Nobody else needs sandals and they're useless to us. Yes, please. I'm not gonna grab the greatsword, but... Okay, does anyone else need poor leather armor? Yes, Draco does. And that's all we need to take. Okay! Yes! And this dispel barrier is very needed. I wonder if there's actually more in another location. Alright, I'm gonna check in here, see if there's stuff in any of these. We need loot. Alright, once again, we're going to try the waiting trick. How horrid. Now you know where Kurojutsu is getting his vampires from. He must have kidnapped many people and used his dark powers to turn them into fellow undead. He must be stopped before more innocents are converted. Oh! That was powerful! Carved stone spiral, not useful. A mug, no, but there may be other things that are useful in here. Coins. A piercing crystal, yes! And a torque. It's a helmet, it counts. Okay. We can do this then. Combat? Okay! Now we can actually do this. But you're going to need to drink a lot of energy potions from here. Bar of silver. Teapot. Iron arrows. And a healing elixir. Okay, Bonnie, drink that. You need it. Because I didn't realize you weren't wearing a cloak. Alright. Now, once again, waiting trick. You. Alright, Fireball may finish that one off. Okay, good. An iron short sword, that'll go to Bonnie. Another cloak, I'll give that one to Fox, because I like that kind of cloak. Boots. Another torque. Coins, and another energy potion. And I see another energy potion fell here. Okay. It was a good thing we did all this, then. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's just 1 to 2 plus 2. Boots are 1 to 2, okay. Anything else that's usable? I don't think so. You're using a crude dagger, jeez. I did not even realize. So, Draco... Actually, you know what? Screw it. Draco... There. It'll work. Also, you have a torque. Okay. So we have a Dispel Barrier Scroll and a Piercing Crystal. We need to use one of those to get over to the west, but I have a feeling there may be another hidden path. Somewhere around here. Let's find out. There is not. Alright. Let me save before we move on. We are actually making progress! Alright, now, Draco. Use this to Dispel Barriers. And let's move on. What's this say? Gate override. Warning. Overrides locking all locking mechanisms. I think that's a good thing. Pull the lever. Okay, let's see if there's any hidden passages over here. Since you jammed the gates in this level open, this lever has been disabled. Oh! Hello! Did not see that coming. Fortunately, these are weak. Okay. That's a lot of undead. Or a lot of bodies. Okay. Little healing here, and we did get some level ups, so you, Bonnie, improve your pre-spells. That's needed. Draco, you leveled up too. Improve your strength. And Sheik, melee weapons. And defense. I doubt any of these bodies actually has anything on them, but I'm gonna check them all anyway. And I was right. Nothing on any of them. Alright, there appears to be a way down. But I'm not sure if I want to go through there yet. I should probably check out the other gate that we just opened up first. So that's probably important. We're gonna need to use our piercing crystal, though. Alright, let's do just that. Where's the... there it is. Ooh. There's loot chests here. An iron large shield, yes! And an iron pike, that's going to Draco. Coins, and a worm skin helmet. Oh, yes, yes, yes! We're actually getting useful gear. There's a panel with buttons on it here, not entirely dissimilar from the one Valsgoth was using. This one, however, is far simpler. The buttons are clearly labeled. This device, if labeled correctly, is set to control power supply and the gates opening and closing. Of course, since you jammed all the gates open, the buttons controlling the gates in this facility have been dimmed out. Only a few buttons remain active. The button controlling the power supply into something called RSP devices is currently lit. Press the button. Okay. That's a good thing. Also, I just noticed there's a lot of blood around here. I mean, I noticed it before, I just didn't say anything. Oh! Yes, we opened up the gates here! A steel buckler, crude dagger and dress. Okay, steel buckler, yes! Okay, you. The gate to your cell is open, Harold.
Huh? Oh, you're right. Hey, I've got a great idea. Can I follow you around? I'd like to take a few whacks at Kurojutsu myself.
Sure. Harold almost ambivalently slides out of his cell on his damaged limbs. In spite of the damage he's taken, Kurojutsu's dark necromancy has allowed Harold to have much more strength than would meet the eye. Excellent! So now we have an ally, and we're actually getting loot. And we got that extra power from the spell. And we got it at the right time, too. This is fantastic. Alright, let's... There's a trapdoor here, presumably leading to further cellars filled with corpses. What makes you assume this is two things? The first thing is the stench, and the second thing is the growling and shuffling of undead. You leave the trapdoor alone. Alright. So we've explored everything here. We've actually gotten a shit ton of loot and power. We actually have a chance here. So this is the point where we can actually attack and deal with them. Alright, let me just save before we do so. Alright, let's get a few haste spells out first. Alright. Kurojutsu! The vile vampire and Hana are sitting at the far end of this hall. They both sit back in their chairs, relaxed, waiting for you to make the first move. Perhaps they have a trap of some sort set up. Charge! Very slow charge. Kurojutsu glares down at you with a fang-filled grin as you approach his dais. So, have the cogs of the machine come to slice the abusers up into itty-bitty pieces? You think you're doing a service by killing us? Hannah shakes her head at you with a smug, toothy grin. Poor children you adventurers are. Do you honestly think that killing us will stop the suffering in the world? 10 men without power who want to change the world can't fight 1 man with power and women? Pho! Us gals are always being trodden down upon. The poor non-humans. The huddled masses that the Empire refuses to take care of. In the end, it's worthless to try to aim for a higher sense of morality. There is none. One lives for oneself, that's the way it is, and that's the way it will be. That's not true.
You're wrong, Kurojutsu.
You don't seem to get it.
There is no kindness in all beings, a spark of the divine. No being is completely evil, even you show love for your precious one. The lines between right and wrong are always blurred. We mortals have no way to determine right and wrong, much less whether there is a right or wrong. That said, I can't believe that one like yourself, who can value another life such as Hana's, could honestly find it moral to indiscriminately kill others. By recognizing the value of human life, you have set a moral code that you break willingly. You are a hypocrite. Stop this immediately. It's in your hands.
You had no idea that Harold could be this eloquent. Perhaps his ambivalent exterior was just a facade after all. Kurojutsu seems unfazed by the dramatic speech. At first he begins giggling inanely to himself, but soon he is laughing heartily. Harold, you old dog, you! That was brilliant! Dramatic, climactic, and utterly worthless. Then again, I suppose we all needed some comic relief. At my behest, enjoy dying for a world that hasn't cared about your death for over 100 years. Kurojutsu stands triumphantly with his hands at his waist, giddy and excited as if he has already beaten you. Enough chit-chat. Now, detestable cogs of the cannibalistic machine, witness my secret weapon. The remote summoning platform! Kurojutsu seems surprised, to say the least. His jaw drops and his eyes open up wide. His face would have most likely turned white if it weren't already. Damn you! How did you manage to deactivate the RSP? Your feeling of elation, however, is short-lived. Kurojutsu himself is still a powerful vampire, as is Hana. While the demonic duo no longer have their abilities to depend upon, they still have each other. Admittedly, that's still quite a handful. But we are surprisingly powerful. Okay, that did not go well. And now I gotta reload. Alright, let's try this again. Preferably with less dying. Alright, charge. We go through this whole deal. And then we begin combat. This time, though, we just need to survive being attacked. Not too pleased about that. Oh, that's our ally. Okay. Really? The haste wore off that fast? Okay. Haste spawning again, please. Thank you. And again. Really not pleased about that. Hana reels over, stricken by your lethal blow. As she begins tumbling over, she almost begins sobbing. Clearly, she has regrets about what she did. Nevertheless, she is dead now. As you strike Hana down, Kurojutsu immediately breaks down into tears. His mouth is agape and his hands cover his face. He begins crawling about on his knees. Now I have nothing! What have you done? As Kurojutsu continues crying, his hands begin glowing a bright red. Suddenly they explode, and waves of heat are sent flying into his body. His charred, blackened frame exists for a few moments as a large sculpture of ash before an errant breeze shatters it, dispersing Kurojutsu's remains. Kurojutsu is dead. As Kurojutsu dissolves, so do all of the creatures that he had under his control. What remains intact, however, is the cloak on Hana's back. It should serve as a memento of your adventures here. You turn around, but it's too late. Harold instantaneously perished again when Kurojutsu dissolved, leaving nothing behind. Rest in peace. Well, there is still a creature here to kill, but easy enough to kill. Okay. So we got a lucky cloak, blessed short sword, iron-studded armor. Okay, that short sword is incredibly powerful. Lucky cloak, +5 to luck. Sure, I'll take that. And the studded armor. Okay. Well, that worked. This must be the chambers of Hana and Kurojutsu. It's an elegant setup, to say the least. Kurojutsu may have had a point. The evenings spent in these chambers must have been consistently more enjoyable than wading through goblin innards and trudging through caves. You shake your head. No, you tell yourself. Kurojutsu was morally out of line, no two ways about it. But who makes the morals? You find a portal? Step into it, I guess. Ah. Whoa! Where are we? As you emerge from the tunnel you ended up in, you find yourself near Timmerwing, a large port city. From here you can go to any of the other 4 continents. You came to Ashton Vale looking for a way off of Doston, and now you've found it. It's time to leave. The end. And thus ends, Roses of Reckoning. Okay. I was incredibly frustrated on the entire route up to where we had reached. I mean, it's like I said at the beginning, we had nothing. We had gotten only level ups in experience, only stuff like that, but we'd never actually managed. It was just constant dying to vampires who were able to kill us so instantly. And I had actually finished my recording session last week with the last episode. So this is the first episode of this thing, and Once we started finding all that gear, things got so much better. Actual potions to help us out, and a massive improvement to repel spirit, and gear that helped us survive and kill things. That was what we needed, and I'm so glad we managed to get it in this place. It was frustrating to get, and there was a lot of frustration to get there, but we got it. Alright. That done, I'm going to end this episode here. Next episode, we're going to try a scenario I've heard mentioned several times in the past. And now I'm curious about just what it is. I believe it may actually be another long one, and I have heard that there's going to be a special bow involved that never runs out of ammo. Next episode, we'll learn about Canopy. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.